think you'd spot a psychopath? But what if you're dating one and don't even know it? Most people worry about strangers in dark alleys. But the real danger, it's the charming, attentive, totally normal person sitting across from you at dinner. You've already figured out something's off, but the way you're defending yourself, it might be exactly what's making you more vulnerable. Today, I'm exposing 5 little-known protection tactics that most people never hear until it's already too late. And here's the twist. Everything you've been told about standing up to manipulators, it actually makes you the perfect target. The real defense? It's not loud, it's not obvious, and most therapists won't even talk about it. Some of what I'll share may make you uncomfortable, but that discomfort, it's nothing compared to the freedom you'll feel once you see the manipulation for what it is, and finally escape it. Strategy 1. Information diet. With a psychopath, every detail you share becomes a weapon. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. One woman confided in a new colleague about her childhood trauma. Months later, that same colleague used it to isolate her from friends, turning empathy into leverage. This is why forensic psychologists recommend something called managed transparency. It's not about hiding. It's about controlling who gets access to your emotional blueprint. Start here. Break your personal info into 3 buckets: public, private, and protected. Then apply the need-to-know rule. If someone doesn't need the info, it stays protected. Because the more they know, the easier you are to control. In our last video, we broke down 5 hidden signs of psychopathy, traits that are easy to miss, especially early on. Many of you shared how real that hit. One viewer said, "Meeting someone new who seems like a breath of fresh air has definitely taught me to temper my expectations." Be open, but know the test of time reveals much. It's a reminder that danger doesn't always feel dangerous at first. That's what makes strategic silence, not oversharing, your first real line of defense. Strategy 2. Parallel communication. Psychopaths don't argue, they rewrite history. And if everything's verbal, they win. That's why you need parallel communication. A second track that's always documented, always verifiable. One employee caught in a gaslighting loop broke the pattern by doing one thing. After every meeting, they sent a quick follow-up email, just confirming what we discussed. That paper trail became their shield. Use written communication as often as possible. When you have to speak, follow it up in writing. And when the stakes are high, loop in a third party, not to fight, but to witness. This isn't paranoia, it's protection. Strategy 3. Predictive disengagement. Psychopaths don't improvise, they repeat. Roughly 80% of their manipulation follows predictable patterns. Your job? Spot the setup before the strike. Look for emotional triggers that always come before the shift. Maybe it's being challenged, ignored, or told no. These moments often spark the manipulation cycle. One study tracked how targets who mapped out these triggers could prep responses before the manipulation began, breaking the loop completely. Also pay attention to your internal signals. Confusion, defensiveness, sudden anxiety. Those aren't random, they're psychological alarms. Don't ignore them. The earlier you disengage, the less damage they do. Many of you shared how long it took to even recognize what you were dealing with. One viewer said, "I spent 9 years being gaslighted and another 10 putting myself back together." The best day was reading his obituary. That kind of pain leaves marks that don't heal quickly. That's why predictive disengagement isn't a theory, it's a survival skill. Strategy 4. Cognitive firewalling. Gaslighting works because it hijacks your perception. Cognitive firewalling stops that before it starts. Clinical psychologists documented victims who stayed grounded by doing one thing: checking their personal records, journals, voice notes, photos, reality anchors. Create mental boundaries. Picture your values, your memories, your identity, locked in a mental vault. No one gets access unless you hand them the key. Then build a shutdown phrase, something like, "This isn't my reality." Use it the moment their words start replacing your thoughts. Studies show this technique can cut gaslighting's impact nearly in half. It's not just mental hygiene, it's self-defense. Strategy 5. Strategic redirection. You can't stop a psychopath from needing control, but you can redirect where they aim it. Organizational psychology research found a pattern. When manipulators were steered toward visible but low-impact tasks, their need for dominance was satisfied without causing harm. Psychopaths chase stimulation and control. If you leave a power vacuum, they'll fill it. But if you give them a target that looks important but isn't, you can protect what actually matters. Start by identifying what they want most: recognition, status, influence. Then give them a path that burns out their energy without crossing your boundaries. It's not submission, it's strategy. Implementation. The 3-2-1 system. Knowing isn't enough. Execution is everything. Here's how to put these strategies into action, fast. 3 actions within 24 hours. Begin documenting every interaction, even casual ones. Start your information diet. Filter what you share and with who. Identify your most vulnerable access points and lock them down. 2 habits to build this week. Set up your cognitive firewalling rituals as journaling, reality checks, interrupt phrases. Shift to parallel communication. Written records, third-party witnesses, email follow-ups. 1 long-term strategy. Build your redirection plan. Know their patterns and pre-structure safe decoys that protect what matters. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a system. And systems hold, even when people don't. Some people say content like this is harmful, that it teaches people to label others too fast. But as one viewer put it, these videos saved me. They helped me realize I was in an abusive relationship and get out. The truth is, this information isn't about labeling, it's about pattern recognition, and that difference can save lives. Warning signs of escalation. Sometimes the strategies work, and the psychopath backs off, but other times they escalate. Signs your defense is working: fewer manipulation attempts, emotional detachment from you, or them shifting focus to easier targets. But watch for these red flags. They signal danger is rising. A sudden charm offensive out of nowhere, trying to turn others against you. Unusual interest in your routines or whereabouts. Subtle threats, veiled, indirect, but targeted. Physical boundary violations, even small ones. According to domestic violence data, over 70% of serious harm occurs after victims ignore these escalation markers. If you spot them, increase distance, tighten documentation, get external support, and if needed, involve authorities. Don't wait for confirmation. Respond to pattern, not emotion. If this resonated with you and you haven't watched it yet, go check out my previous video. 5 hidden signs of a psychopath you must spot fast. It'll help you recognize the traits you may have overlooked. And trust me, some of them are far more common than you think. And let me know in the comments, which strategy felt most powerful to you and or which one you're starting with. Keep checking back daily. Pragmatic Principles posts 2 to 4 videos weekly with practical tools you can implement immediately. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next revelation about the psychological patterns silently undermining your influence and negatively impacting your life. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button and comment below. Which of these 5 psychopathy defense will you be using right away?